Welcome back to the Morning Blend. As parents, don't we all spend a whole lot of time worrying about paying bills? No bill is bigger than a college education. So today, how to start saving with just 25 bucks.
Well, we have Jim DeLulio, and he is director of the Wisconsin 529 College Savings Program. He's here to help our families save for higher education expenses. Jim, how daunting is that task?
You know, families talk to us all the time that their kids are getting 9, 10, 12 years old, and college is on the way, and so how do I start? You know, do I need a lot of money to start? And as a result of that, we've actually lowered the price to get started with a college savings account. You can start an Edvest account for as low as $25 just to get things open, and then you can, of course, add to it as you go along.
It's hard because a lot of people have trouble finding that extra money to put toward a savings plan of any kind. But the 529 college saving programs, like Wisconsin's Edvest program, can really make it easy and much more affordable. Amazing that you can start with just $25. What did it used to be? What was the minimum before?
It used to be $250, which wasn't a lot of money. But then again, too, if it's that last thing that just people need to give them the push over the edge, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Earlier you had mentioned the program's about a dozen years old. Right? We didn't have the experience, but how much money could one accumulate? Because college is so expensive. It doesn't cover the entire cost, but a percentage. Tell us how you project that will work out.
Well, you know, college is not getting any cheaper. And for a lot of kids, it's a combination of savings and maybe some loans, maybe some work study. But every dollar that you save now is obviously some money you don't have to borrow and pay back later.
How does a 529 work for people who don't currently have one? How is it different than maybe just a savings account you'd have at a bank?
Well, every state has some sort of a 529. Here in Wisconsin, ours is called Edvest. And it has some certain tax advantages and also a variety of investment choices. You know, as I said, you can start for $25 and you can just add to it, do it through payroll deduction, or you can have deductions taken out of your checkbook. Maybe you have birthday money you want to add, or even you got to take your tax refund. This is a good place to put it in.
One of the things we're curious about, life events always happen. Can persons take money out of that, or once you put it in, it is there for good? Are there certain circumstances where a family might be able to take something out of the Edvest program?
Yeah, you may. You certainly can. There's some penalties because the money is just for education. But 529 plans are very family friendly. Let's say one of your children decides to postpone college, you can just transfer to another child or somebody in your family and still keep all the tax advantages.
Could you, as an adult, go back to school with Edvest money?
Oh, that's a great point. It happens all the time. People go on to graduate school, or they're changing careers or whatever, and you can use the same money for graduate schools, professional schools, even something totally different than what you're doing right now.
So when you talk about the Edvest program, then it is for the family, not particularly for one child.
Yes, that's true. And of course, you know, the idea is that we always think of the children and that sort of thing. And a lot of time grandparents, aunts and uncles want to add some money to the accounts, and so it's kind of a broader family. And here in Wisconsin, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, aunts and uncles can also get a tax break on dollars going in, all for the same child or children.
That's fantastic. How do you explain to people when you're advocating for the program that planning early and even taking small steps, like maybe getting started for $25, really pays off in the long run?
You know, again, it goes back to the point, every dollar you save is a whole lot less than having to pay money back on the other end. Because you don't want to be in a situation where you're fresh out of school and you have just a ton of loans to pay.
And a lot of kids do these days.
That's true. Oh my God, the loan responsibility is just staggering coming out. You know something, we're coming out of what some people would call a recession. Fourth quarter 2008, how did that affect people's investment in Edvest funds that they had put in?
You know, the investments, again, we have a variety of investments, but we always preach being fully diversified in a range of investments, so it'll kind of protect you against the ups and downs of the market. One of the popular investment choices are what they call the age-based funds. And these actually, the investment changes every year or two as the kids get closer to college to become more conservative, which insulates against that.
That's fantastic. Enrollment in the program is fairly easy?
Really simple. Go to our website, edvest.com. You can do it online. If you prefer, you can do it on paper. And then, of course, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and there's some more information to help there as well.
That's fantastic. We have the information for Edvest up on the screen right now. Again, you can follow them on Facebook as well as Twitter. The web address is edvest.com, and you can learn more about Edvest by visiting their site and also join the conversation, as you mentioned, on the social media sites as well. Nice to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you so much.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. Great
All
to
for
have you.
$25. You can get it.
There you go.
That's great.